y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day. It's Sarah's birthday.
And to celebrate, I picked a soap from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. We're so glad to see you. Thank you for being here to help us celebrate this special day. And if you happen to be here during the live premieres, why, join the live chat. The With Packs in there hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too. And what's our mention today?
So after my birthday is over, we jumped straight into the fall fun. And of course, as soon as we saw these at Suavecito, we had to get this pomade to go with our other Mickey and Minnie fun. So
all the Disney tie-ins. This is A Nightmare Before Christmas. There's this one and an Oogie Boogie one. What's the scent on this one?
So this one says Worms Wort. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to smell like.
Halloween is coming, y'all. This is exciting. Does it smell like worms?
It does not. It smells nice and refreshing and clean. If I could be more hoity-toity about it, it has a little more greenish kind of clean. Okay. I don't want to say minty, but see what you think. It definitely, if I got whiffs of that through the day, I would enjoy that scent a lot. It is not what worms want.
I kind of have a little trouble getting my nose under it, but once it's in your hair, it kind of sits with you all day. You get to know a little better. So, y'all, I love these. Are water-based. They wash out real easy in the shower. Not every
and they're just super fun themed. I mean, come on. We couldn't help ourselves.
Mickey and Minnie, 1928 scent. That was a great one. So, y'all, they got Hot Wheels ones, too. They speak our language, and sadly, they speak the language of our wallet. And what's our soap today?
So our soap today is Lavender Noir. And when we got into this community, people asked, like, have you heard of this one? Are you going to do it? And we finally get to put our hands on this.
And your mom's favorite thing in the world is lavender. So I'm thinking we might be building a little fan club here, but we'll know when we meet the show. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at aegrooming.com, and we have checked our Thirsty Badger blog, this is not a cologne homage. This is an original fragrance, all right.
Okay. Lavender Noir is a warm and somewhat dark lavender scent, which I think will become a big-time crowd pleaser. I am not aware of anything smelling quite like this and believe this will represent our luxury line quite well. As mentioned, Lavender Noir offers a very warm and wonderful lavender fragrance using 2 types of lavender.
Y'all, I'm excited because generally when you ask for a barbershop scent, you get 4 or 5 differing opinions. When you ask for an oud scent, you'll get 4 or 5 different opinions. But when you say, hey, I'm looking for a lavender, that's about as far as you get before everybody goes, Lavender Noir from A&E! So y'all, rarely does a soap have its own jackets made, but I think this is one of those. And I have been waiting so long to get
Me too. Like if we ask people what soaps, have we not done yet that you'd want us to do, and this one comes up on top 5s for so many people, I feel like we just got to finally dig in.
Y'all, the time has come. Let's open the box! All right, y'all, they come in a box, but then this is in the box. So we're just going to open it.
We just decided to pull the one bag out.
Right,
okay.
You see it in there? I know the splash on this is so generously sized.
And you didn't see this one, but it's coming back for
Labor Day. You didn't see American Pie. That's coming later.
Well, yeah, it's a hefty splash. Here you go. Hold that one.
Yo, look at this. Don't drop this on your foot.
I know, I'm actually kind of nervous. Don't drop it.
Sealed for your protection.
It is. See, we have not been in here at all. It's been waiting on the piano.
If you caught the Chasing the Dragon episode, this is the same bottle.
Wow, I haven't actually looked at the label that close. It is actual lavender behind.
Y'all, perfect for us.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a relaxing first impression.
I'm actually pretty excited because I do associate lavender because my mom loves lavender. Like she would put real lavender, like actual plant in her pillowcases so we could smell it.
Wow.
Or in our dressers. So I'm really associated with the smell, but I'm curious why this one really left a mark in the community. Maybe people that don't even know lavender know this scent. So I'm kind of curious to see what's its prominent little twist that we have that's going on with lavender.
And how the 2 different forms of lavender are going to come together. So, y'all, this is the birthday first impression. All right, take it in. Let's see what you get.
All right.
Is this the Ultima base?
It is. It's Ultima base. Okay. It's a little darker pour.
Maybe old vanilla, something hiding in it. Maybe.
All right. Let's see.
Maybe.
Oh, I can tell there's different sides of lavender here.
Yeah? What are you getting?
So I was expecting a little more of the, only because I just said, like the plant itself, but there's something definitely more bougie happening. Like another side of it.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Like an equally balanced other side of it?
Maybe. I see what they're saying by the darker side, because it's definitely there. I don't know. It's almost like a lavender could be like a leather or something. Like something has happened to it. So it's not gourmandy or anything like that. Like it hasn't been cooked or baked, but there is that like darker, deeper side of the scent.
Right. Whoa, there's stuff in here I am not expecting in there.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, it's hard. I can see why it's definitely hit the community as it has, because I don't want to say it's like a cologne-y version or a perfumey version, because that's not the case. But you can tell that the quality of the scent is like a high quality version, and I don't know how that's created, but something has happened to it to make it like reformulated and have different sides of the scent come out.
Right.
So like the deeper, darker scents, like even if you look at the plant, like there's the darker purple side and then a lighter purple. Like I feel like I'm getting full depth of the scent.
It was a kind of like darker and smoky? Like what are we talking about?
It's hard to say. There is a tamer side to it, like a drier kind of side. Right. And then there's a part that's kind of vibrant. And then there's a part that goes a little deeper. Like I feel like I'm going on like a little bit of a whiff journey here.
Well, it is funny because generally with a single scent note, we don't go on journeys, but this combining the two faces of the lavender might be a little tug of war within that scent.
Right, and we don't have many in our den that are more lavender forward yet. We only have a few, and this is a totally different side. So I don't think you want to just say it's a normal lavender. I get why it's not. It's like a upper tier, like luxury line kind of vibe.
Right.
I can't tell. I don't think I'm at a place. I don't think it's a vibe. I do feel like it is more meant to be its own scent.
Right.
Like almost like what you think of when you have Tom Ford take like peach and swap it up.
Right.
It's almost like that's what's happened to lavender.
Like Tom Ford took on lavender.
Right, but Peter took it on and like rearranged it in a new way somehow. Because depending on what you're smelling for, you can smell for the prettier side. You can smell for the deeper, darker side. But I'm very curious actually when we get to the splash, because I feel like that mid zone is going to be it's a whole new different thing. Right. But did you really grow up with lavender much? Like was that in your life necessarily?
My mom it was the 80s, so it was big on potpourri when that hit. And that had a very particular scent to it, right? Yeah. So there was, I think, some lavender that kind of went along with her dried flower, make the bathroom smell better, kind of a journey. But it wasn't like I was ever given it like to relax or anything like some people were like at nighttime or anything.
It's funny because I think my first whiff of this, I don't know if my brain would have immediately picked lavender.
Wow, no kidding.
It takes a second for me to be like, oh wait, I do know that scent. Does it?
Right, yes.
So that's why I was asking, because I'm curious.
Well, like the movie Naked Lunch is not titled correctly. All right, here we go. I'm taking this in. Let's see what we got here.
See what's been rippling through the community here. Why this leaves a mark. I'm curious what you're going to find.
I'm just expecting lavender, so I'm kind of excited that there's like...
that's why I wanted to ask you how well you really actually knew lavender on its own, because I'm curious.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it needs a long whiff. Keep whiffing. Try again.
Okay. Well, y'all hold on. It's what's been taken out of the lavender. Every time I smelled lavender up until this point, my whole life, there's this beautiful floral thing that greets you, and then it brings you to this really herby edge. That's so herby, it almost gets a little bitter, and always for me gets a little bit too altitude-y, if you know what I mean. The end of that lavender sniff is not the best part of the lavender whiff. The best part of the lavender whiff is the beginning, and then it kind of is a little bit bracing in how it says goodbye. This doesn't just say goodbye in a different way. This is almost just like lavender alone on stage, and it gives you this beautiful song, and then at the end it's like, oh, and by the way, now here comes the marching band from USC, and they're going to play the finale. It's that, y'all, because it does. It starts with like a single scent note and ends with a symphony, and instead of that bracing note, it like gives you the opposite. Right. So it gives you like the most beautiful, comfy chair. I mean, I think that's why you got leather. It's just like
something comfy.
Right. It just puts you in this beautiful library at dusk and puts a little coffee next to you and puts your favorite book in your hand. Like it just totally transforms the end of lavender while keeping the beginning exactly the same.
So when I was saying I couldn't tell if it was a vibe, if it was just a scent, if it was just, like I can't pick its own category, right?
Wow. and something smooth and creamy and fruity at the very, very end of it that balances out. I don't know how you let lavender get to that point, and then you're like, stop wherever you are right now. That's it. That's all we want from you, right? And then it just keeps going, and the rest of it takes over and finishes this song. Whoa. Okay, wait a minute.
It's quite a thing.
Y'all, what are those other things?
I'm actually really glad we waited until we've done like almost 300 episodes or so to actually get this under our noses. Because if we would have started with this, I don't know if we would have had the right words. Like, I feel like now we have a little bit better of an idea of scent overall to help you out.
And y'all, as much as I am a devotee of the A&E line, this might instantly have just become my favorite. And it's just because of everything that's happening around it. You're right. I don't think... Look at my face. I don't think if you handed this to me, what's the prominent scent note? What's the face on the poster? I don't think I would have said lavender.
Yeah, right? If you just did a blindfold sniff, I don't know what I'd get. I really don't know. But that's kind of cool.
You know what it is? There's not gourmands in this. There's not. But I'm trying to figure out what all of that stuff is that takes over from the lavender when it passes the torch. And it's not gourmand, but it makes my stomach rumble, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
I get it.
Like, I can't. There's something that makes me just want to go, wait a minute. Are you sure that's not food? Are you sure that's not food?
That's what I mean. Like, something really fancy, like bougie, happened to it. And I don't know what it turned. I can't tell you.
Maybe even a little boozy, but...
Right.
Y'all...
But again, with the lavender, something different.
I think we are in for some mysteries and wonders when we ask to look at the recipe. Back to the sales page at aegrooming.com. Lavender Noir leads with its tangy passion of bergamot, while lavender and geranium blend into a fresh note, chic and chivalrous all at once. The lavender is most prominent. I'm using two types of lavender. Lavender Absolute, which is paste-like, and Lavender Grosso, a beautiful French hybrid. The composition is enhanced by a natural elegance of pink pepper, which I use quite often. The base settles on a bed of vanilla and auger wood with an intriguing note of coffee.
I never would have guessed that, but I get it now.
Y'all, think about lavender and coffee. You're like, wait, how are those two strange bedfellows going to get along?
You even said earlier, you said they hand me a cup of coffee. Marcus.
I think I totally got lucky, and there's a little oud in this. There's a little oud.
But I knew the darker side. I just didn't know what was creating that.
And there's not enough oud for it to be like an oud identity. It's not something you notice that it's there, but it's something you would for sure notice if it weren't.
Yeah, it's more like a texture it gives me, I guess. I don't know.
And then, lastly, I use Siam benzoin direct from Thailand.
Fancy.
Ooh, sourcing ingredients from far away. That's the bougie sense. Maybe you gotta go for all over the world to get these ingredients.
My goodness, I feel like we need to lather now. Like
we for sure.
I've whiffed enough. Now I want to see it in real life.
This is the ultimate base, so I want to show you something. This is all the soap I'm going to use, y'all. Just that. Not even an almond size, but you don't need one. And this is our retro shaving brush. It was a gift from Ariana and Evans, and it is an awesome brush, not just for the shape of the handle, but it's a badger knot, y'all. And, it is just a beautiful one. A tiny bit of a gel tip quality going on. And this is our bougie sprayer from Sean and Julie Smotrich.
It's bougieing it up.
Right, you want to do the honors for your birthday?
Oh, I guess, okay.
Here we go. Let's see. Just a smidgen of soap, and let's see what it'll do. Oh, there we go.
Show our friends.
There we go.
I'm definitely getting whiffs of things already.
This is the Copper Ore colorway bowl from KUN.
A few moments later.
There's something in the middle that's happening. I am unclear.
And here's something you'll only see in the Barbershop Duet, y'all. This is the Faye Dunaway in Chinatown whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Seriously. Oh.
Right?
Oh.
The more vibrant,
a little bit more wearable here, a little bit balanced out, a little of the sweetness kind of spreads out in the lather.
I know there's not any in there, but if you smell for a little bit of like a pretend grape, like if it was almost recreating...
Hold on. Stop. I can't believe you said that. Hold on. Look. One of the greatest things I had growing up in Rodeo, California, I had a very simple childhood, y'all. One of the great joys was when my mom would go to the store and pick up the store brand, generic labeled grape soda. Okay. So not like your Fanta, not like your Sunkist. No, I wasn't that ritzy. No, but there was something about the way they did grape because it was nothing like grape. It didn't taste like grape at all. But there is something about this that when I first smelled it, I had this like emotional wave take me over. And it was because I love the grape soda so much, I used to eat it with a spoon. So my mom wouldn't let me have that much, but I would sit there and watch my Scooby-Doo, and I would have 1 spoon of the grape soda at a time, just because it was so good and I never got sugar. So there was something about this when I first smelled it, that beautiful aroma of that childhood grape soda like took me over. What kind of grape are you getting?
I kind of got a little bit of that, because I think when I first took a whiff of this, the thing that I was saying, there's something vibrant in here.
Right.
I think that's the image, or like the kind of vibe I'm getting. I don't think it's in here at all, but there's like, my brain was trying to fill in the spots.
Right.
And there's just something, like, to me in the soap here, now that it's lathered up, there's something more daytime and fun about it.
Right.
Where here, when I first was smelling it, I thought a little more evening kind of vibe, that kind of a calming thing happening.
If somehow you were able to take that scent note and give it a tuxedo and make it the most beautiful, luxurious thing in the world, and then put it in with a bunch of other of the most beautiful scent notes in the world, I can't believe how well these are clicking together. Like, that's the glory of it.
I know. I'm glad you're enjoying this as much. I know I selfishly was like, this is for the birthday episode. We're just going to get it. But
Gentlemen, if you see the word lavender and you're a little scared off that this may not be masculine enough for you,
this is definitely...
This is Chuck Norris in a bowl. I can't get over how absolutely beautiful and, well, masculine, but at the same time, if you wore this, it would be beautifully and eminently feminine.
It's just, it has a lot happening here, like with between just the few florals and different kind of citrusy, brighter sides. Like, I feel like on me, those will pop. And then for you, like, the other side's going to kind of pop.
Y'all, the mysteries and wonders hiding in here go deep, and therefore I think so should we. I don't think I've ever been bamboozled more by a name in my life. I was just expecting like lavender, and then everything else was just kind of like lavender. But no, y'all, this is a giant identity, and lavender's just a part of it.
Okay, throw some on too. Right? We're going in. Okay, here we go. We're going for it.
Okay.
Oh boy. Wow, it's almost like a powdery clean something. What is happening?
Y'all?
Do the dance.
Hold on. They have reinvented powder in here some way. I am so glad you said that. It is not powder. Look at my face.
No, it's not.
But y'all, if you were to take the 5 best things you love about powder, it's comforting, it's sweet, it's beautiful, it's nostalgic. Somehow, this is everything that powder is without being powder.
Think of the first time you ate something that had powder sugar on it. You didn't even know powder sugar existed. That feeling. That's what I'm getting.
Hold on. A memory stirs. Baby powder is not a scent note. There's not like a baby powder tree, right?
Okay.
So baby powder and all that we love about it is a mixture of scent notes, and lavender is one of them.
Interesting.
So that makes sense. Y'all, everything you love about powder,
but it's
like
just
the best part of it pulled forward and pulled out of it. Yes. Whoa. And this is the lavender from the baby powder.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's rare. Maybe that's why in all of the other lavender soaps we have, I don't get a sense of that beautiful powdery nostalgic, but you have cracked the code.
But I think, earlier where it was mentioned, like the French side of lavender, it's different here. There's something much more of that higher tier that's coming through.
Absolutely not a barbershop, but is in the ranks among my favorite barbershops because it gives you that exact vibe without it taking it to any of the medicines.
Sometimes it's different.
This is your floral barbershop. This is your floral, natural barbershop. So if you don't like the medicines, you don't like the aquabelvas. In fact, is there anything in this that's not naturally sort of derived or could be?
Bergamot, mandarin, lavender, geranium, sambac, jasmine,
Does it
oud,
all grow on a tree?
Amber, pink pepper, vanilla, coffee,
everything
amber,
except the benzoin. Y'all, that's what this is. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, and it's very different. Like, smell from here again.
Yes.
Because it has definitely taken a shift from that to this.
She said shift.
Now I feel like we have to go find the EDP version, because clearly...
So, y'all, I think if you're a powder fan, this is going to blow your skirt up even more. I think if you are not a powder fan, this is going to be everything about powder that you love without going to the talc places. Does that make sense?
No. And it's weird because to me, it's way fancier.
Yes.
Like if you went to the ritziest bed and breakfast or something, and they had after you get all dolled up in your facial and your whatever, and they put a little, like there's something like that type of powder. It's not something I would buy at the grocery store. No.
And a lot of times when we will smell something on this show, we'll be like, okay, when would we wear this? What time of day would we wear this? What month would we wear this? What season would we wear this? but I bring you glad tidings of great joy. I don't know a time of day or a time of year where this wouldn't be remarkably
or an event.
appropriate.
Like this is
right. Because
this
think about
is
it,
definitely
about a bed in the morning,
crowd-pleasing.
right? This
Yep.
that beautiful soapy kind of fresh out of the shower vibe.
Right.
But it's also got this like beautiful calming bedtime. Well, of course, it's lavender. And what's funny is when I teach singing and we're talking about all of these really abstract concepts that are happening deep inside the throat and inside the face, sometimes my students will get pictures, they'll get sounds, they'll get feelings of ways that their body is communicating back that it's understanding. Well, I had one of my littles not long ago and I said, now, are you getting any pictures? Are you getting any pieces of music in your head? And she said, I smell something. And I said, what do you smell? And she said, lavender. And her mom on the other side of the room started laughing. And she said, Lou, I used to put lavender on your hands and feet at bedtime to get you to go to sleep. And Marcus just asked you to relax when you sang that. So your body gave you the scent of lavender as a little reminder, as a little reward. Is that crazy how scent can be so deeply ingrained in our earthbound experience that even when we come up against something similar, our brain might even give us that scent memory back?
It's funny because I hear what you're saying, and normally I would vibe towards lavender to chill myself out, to calm down, to relax. But there's something in this that like makes me ready for the day.
Yeah.
It wakes me up. Like maybe it calms you down enough to like be more open to the day. I don't know what's happening, but there's something in here where I don't immediately think the normal stereotype of lavender to calm down and relax in the evening. There's something in this that's a whole another like upside down view of it. If
Lavender,
that makes sense.
caffeinated.
Yeah,
Y'all,
it does have coffee in it.
Right, because
See?
it does. It has all the relaxing qualities, but it also has that get off the bench or the basketball
That
game, go have a
vibrance
great
to
time.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's kind of whichever path your nose wants to take.
I feel like if you put this on, you're gonna have a good day.
Yeah.
Not crazy, like overwhelmingly exciting day, but like your soul is just gonna feel content with whatever the day brings is gonna be good.
And it's almost like that favorite movie of yours, not the one that has a single twist, but the one that has 5 twists
that
and
you didn't
turns.
see
You ever see the movie Death Trap? I mean, good Lord. This has that way of bringing you in with, oh, this might be my favorite of all time. Wait, what is that? A shift, and now this might be my favorite. And then another shift.
Right.
And like the 5 or 6 immediate players that greet your nose are all so different, but they're all so intriguing and alluring, and the way they work together becomes even more alluring and intriguing. So y'all, when they use the word masterpiece for this soap, I don't even think that's one we use very often.
No.
But this gets my masterpiece.
And I see
seal of
why it's
approval.
always sold out, because we had looked a few times before and it was gone and it was just out and out and out. We hoped it came back and it did.
What's your favorite birthday memory?
Oh, that is a good question. I do like when we go up to our cabin or go camping or get away. I do remember a few different birthdays that I shared with one of my best friends growing up, because I'm on the 23rd and she was born on the 24th.
Right.
And there was one that we did that our parents took us to the local park and they recreated the Olympics for our birthday, because clearly it must have been around that time. So like we were in like our all whites Olympic gear painted on with all the rings, and all the craft projects were for Olympics. And like there was like little obstacle course things that we did with everyone, and just no one had that theme as a birthday before. So I think it was just so cool. Like remembering like, remember our Olympics birthday? Like it was just a fun memory.
That is so cool.
I'm sure I did a dress up one or something different, but for some reason that one was just so creative, and I was like, that's so my mom all over this. But I still remember. Although now when I think of my birthday, I think I'm going to think of this scent. I do know I used to go back to Aqua de Boracay a lot, so now they're going to be a run for the money for my 2 A&E.
Peter
ones
really
here.
has a way of creating favorites for you.
That was not, I mean, I hoped I was going to like it, but I'm glad I was right.
And y'all, for those of you who are keeping track of my favorites list, and there are some of you who are, this now occupies a permanent spot in the top 5.
tier.
And I think only because it didn't hit me right away,
Yeah.
but this hits everything I adore so much about powder, because it's not everything about powder that I love. It's the lavender part of that. It's
Right.
the quality of lavender in it that when my nose figured out that connection, I'm just like, this is my powder when I don't want powder. And it's everything that makes powder beautiful. It's everything that gives powder its heart.
And I
its
totally
identity.
get why DJ was like, no, you need to do Lavender Noir. It's in my top list. Like, you gotta get that
A lot
in
of
your
people.
den.
We were getting threats. If you don't do
were.
Lavender Noir, we're not going to be watching you by Christmas. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be one of my 8-year-old singing students. And just about the time I'm trying to get you to relax your tummy and open your nose, you're going to sing a great rendition of Part of Your World. And there's just going to be this fabulous sense of lavender in the air. And you just got your own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Lavender Noir. I dust off my favorites list every once in a while, but y'all, I don't use the word masterpiece very often, but y'all, that is what we're looking at here, and the shaving world agrees. I've never talked to anybody about this where their eyes didn't light up, and I'm so glad we finally got to do it. And in honor of this base, please welcome to the show DJ, who's going to tell us how it shaves.
Well, I've had my shave. As you can see, I'm not Marcus nor Sarah, but I'm a big fan of this scent. I'm not a lavender person either, but it is absolutely one of my favorite scents. What Peter did with this scent was take lavender to a whole nother level. Mix with the bergamot and the patchouli and the coffee and the oud, and just made it something amazing. And it was one of my first that I said I have to get the EDP for. So I would highly recommend that if you haven't tried it yet, go ahead and pick this up. It is an absolute great scent from an absolute amazing artisan in Ariana and Evans, and you can't go wrong with it.
I'm not putting this down, maybe never. Welcome to Messages.
So for our messages today, we wanted to make sure to give you a chance to check out the Shave Supply and some of their fun summer exclusives that they have going on over there. So if you send us an email, you can be eligible for a $20 gift card for the Shave Supply.
Yeah, y'all just send it here to WeSetYou at thebarbershopduet.com. Mention the Shave Supply to be eligible for our giveaway, and then check back here on September 4th when we choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck. I'm glad he enjoyed my birthday whip as much as I did.
Yeah, this is no longer her birthday episode. We're going to have to redo this.
This is
the Marcus Finds His Lavender Noir episode.
I think so, yeah.
Whoa. What do you think your mom's going to think of this? She likes the more pure lavender.
I literally was just thinking in my head, well, thank God we're going to their house for dinner tomorrow because we got to bring this over and get her nose on this.
She might adore this. But it's funny because she might like more the actual
right.
pure and simple lavender. Because we gave her a bergamot lavender one and she was like, I think I just prefer the lavender. I'm really curious because y'all,
right?
If one is a ruby slipper, this is the entire Wizard of Oz, y'all. So it's just everything that's been put into this is a symphony underscoring that gorgeous lavender melody to the point where it blends in so beautifully you almost don't know where the melody starts and the symphony ends because of the balance in this. And I didn't think my opinion of Chikalis as a perfumer was going to keep getting higher and higher, but it sure is. It is no wonder that there are now dupe companies out there who are duping his fragrances.
It's actually funny because I think my sister and my dad might be the one that are going to want to steal that before my mom. I don't know. It's funny if you're expecting the actual plant. I just don't know if you'd be like I said earlier, if I didn't read lavender on this, I don't know if I'd even care because the whiff of it is just so different and new.
I'm not taking this tomorrow. You'll get this when you can pry it from my cold dead finger.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Oh, you'll smell better.